This is the United States Uniformed Services Oath of Office. All officers of the 8th Uniformed Services of the United States swear or affirm an oath of office upon commissioning. It differs from that of the oath of enlistment that enlisted members recite when they enter the service. It is required by statute, the oath being prescribed by Section 3331, Title 5, United States Code. It is traditional for officers to recite the oath upon promotion, put as long as the officer's service is continuous. This is not required. This is the text of the oath. I, your name, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear the true faith and allegiance to the same, and I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter, so help me God. The oath is for an intermediate period, no duration to specifically defined. Officers of the National Guard of the various states, however, take an additional oath. I, your name, do solemnly swear or affirm that I support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state, Commonwealth, District, Territory of place, against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear the true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will take this obligation freely without any mental reservations or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office of grade in Army, Air, National Guard of the state, Commonwealth, District, Territory of place, on which I am about to enter, so help me God. Commissioned officers O1 second lieutenant or ensign through 010 general or admission, and W2 through W5 chief warrant officers are commissioned under the authority of the President of the United States with the advice and consent of the United States Senate warrant officers. W1 received warrants under the authority of the respective service secretary, the Secretary of the Army, or the Secretary of the Navy. National Guard officers are additionally committed to the authority of the governor of the state. They may be activated in the service of their state in time of local or state emergency, in addition to federal activation. Reserve officers may also be activated by the President of the United States. Air Force. Officers of the United States Air Force take the following oath. I state your name. Have been appointed a rank in the United States Air Force. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservations or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon when I am about to enter. So help me God. Optional. History. The first oaths of office were given to those serving under the Continental Army, beginning in 1775. A candidate had to not only name the 13 states, but also swear to keep them free, independent, and sovereign states, and declare no allegiance to George III, King of Britain, as well as defend the United States against King George, his heirs and successors, and their abettors, assistants, and adherents. It was first updated in September 1776 after the Declaration of Independence to swear to be true to the United States of America and to serve them honestly and faithfully against all of their enemies, opposers whatsoever, and to observe and obey the orders of the Continental Congress and the orders of the generals and officers set over by them. It was changed in 1789 to place allegiance to the Constitution of the United States. In the beginning of the oath, it remained relatively unchanged until the 1960s. At this point, the reference to them was replaced with it to reflect the realities of the divided nation against the American Civil War, as well as the shifting attitude of viewing the United States as one entity rather than a collection of smaller ones. The conflict resulted in adding the phrase all enemies, foreign and domestic, in reference to Confederate sympathizers, as well as without any mental reservations or purpose or evasion, in reference to members who were secretly supporting the South. In 1968, the officer oath was simplified to I, A, B, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge all duties of the office on which I am about to enter, so help me God. The enlisted oath underwent further revision, and as of 1962 read, I, name, do solemnly swear or affirm that I support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me, according to regulations in the Uniform Code of Military Justice, so help me God. And this is the United States Uniformed Services Oath of Office. Hope you enjoyed.